back in the Victorian era, brass bands really got going because they were seen as a way to play in outdoors events and at prestigious events for civic occasions. So industries, particularly mines, really wanted to have something that they could have to celebrate those occasions that mattered to them as organisations. But they were also seen as places for people to stay out of trouble. It kept them out of the pubs, it kept them engaged in community life. And so over the course of that period, for nearly 100 years, brass bands were in lots of mines and really an integral part of the community around mine working. And since then, it's still been a celebration, and the legacy of that is still in the names of lots of bands across the country. And in many cases, that's the only remaining thing from the mining era. Almost as soon as brass bands existed, people wanted to find out who had the best band. So, as part of a celebration of your big day out, people used to put on a brass band competition. So the bands would all play the same piece, and somebody would judge who was the best, and there would be a prize put up to attract the bands to come and take part. And this was often put up by a local landowner, a mine owner, or people that were organising the event commercially. And so competing for that prize became a really important thing in brass banding, and that's why we still have competitions to this day. Some of the earliest excursions on the train network, as soon as they were built, were to allow people and bands to go and take part in competitions, and that gave people their grand day out. So they would travel on the train to a competition, and these events would have 15,000-20,000 people coming to them. So this was the football of its day in terms of the crowd sizes that would come to brass band events. So what we're doing is bringing back the grand day out, but bringing it back to the mine. So we're here at the National Coal Mining Museum, and we'll be having 3 bands coming to take part. It's not a competition this time. It's just an opportunity to hear 3 brilliant bands playing to the public. And I think we all want to hear that again after all the time that we've not been able to have bands over the last 16 months. So we have 3 really top bands coming to take part. We've got Hammond Saltaire, Haid Edge and Lofthouse 2000 all playing concerts throughout the day at the Coal Mining Museum on the 24th of July. And they'll be playing all day in various different locations around the site, so please do come along. There'll be space whether you want to sit and watch the bands all day, and that will be near the temporary beach that's been set up, so kids can play in the sand as well as sit in the deck chairs and watch the bands. And then in other sites around the museum in various different places, so please do come and explore. It will be a really fantastic day.